Damn it! Hello there! You know what time it is? It's time for Tubi Tuesday, and then I'm cooking again. I wasn't ready in the stupid thing. No, you still cook it that way. Alright. I think I'm ready. Wasn't ready before. Ready now. I still feel like I'm not, like there's too much space above me head. It's a little better, I guess. There, fuck it. This Tubi Tuesday's back. Yes. As I mentioned in my preview video, I guess we'll call it. Update video. It's going to be a 21 episode season. I'm going for the moon here, shooting for the moon here. March, April, May is confirmed at least. I'll do those. And then I gotta stop to do Universal. Depending on how far ahead I am, I may just do the whole thing and cut my losses. But and then there'll be the 13th episode will be a mid-season finale, and then we'll come back for 8 additional episodes in July and August, because I got to do Universal month. Yes. And because of the poll I put up, that you guys overwhelmingly, with only 3 votes, voted for the goofy schlocky rip-off movies. That's what we're doing. I'm doing stuff from... there's no full moon, unfortunately. I couldn't find anything that would work. But there's asylum films. There's like rip-off movies. Like I did that Saw rip-off, Are You Scared? There's a couple other ones. There's some escape room rip-off movies, both named Escape Room. There's what you call them? Trauma. I almost said that, I was about to say, I can't even think of it anymore. Toxic Avenger. I was going to say that, but no, it's the Trauma. A couple of traumas in there. I have plans, so, tentatively, we're starting out with this movie. Because I looked at this. So we're talking Invaders from Mars. The 1986 remake of the 1953 classic science fiction movie from 1953, which I already said. But anyway, yes. This one has, it had schlock, goofy B-movie all over it. It's directed by Toby Hooper, who we know can do Goofy. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Dog Will Hunt, lick my plate, you dog dick. Bubba's got a girlfriend. And he's done The Fun House was also kind of goofy. You know what I mean? It's written by Dan O'Bannon, who did Alien and Return of the Living Dead. Co-written by Don Jacoby, I don't know. The cast includes Karen Black, Timothy Bottoms, Lorraine Newman, James Karen, Bud Cort, Louise Fletcher. Also, Christopher Allport. I know that name. It's the sheriff from Jack Frost, and if that ain't schlock. It said all of the ingredients to be one of the goofiest B-movies ever, and what I got was just an okay science fiction horror film. Because it's just, they could have done so much more with this, right? It just, because there's a whole thing in this. So the story of the film is that this kid, David, he sees an alien spaceship, and no one believes him, of course, because that's how it works. His dad goes to check out the situation and comes back different. And throughout the town, people start to get sort of taken over by this. You've seen this before. It's Invasion of the Body Snatchers before this. And as I'm watching, I'm going, this is the faculty. A student accusing his teacher of being an alien. This is the faculty. I know the faculty is basically just paying homage to Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They even name dropped the movie in there. But yeah, and if they did something, especially since you have Timothy Bottoms and Lorraine Newman as two of your aliens, and they have them play it stone-faced, wooden. And I'm like, no, these are aliens, Martians, who don't know. Like, the goofiest thing that happens is that Lorraine Newman eats raw hamburger meat with a bunch of salt on it, and they're both eating burnt-ass bacon, like very burnt bacon. That's it. They could have done so much goofiness with it, and they really don't. I feel like it needed more goofiness to it, especially what you're remaking was a schlocky B-movie from the 50s. Make it more schlocky B-movie here. Like, look at other remakes of those that you have. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, taken very seriously, sure. But then you have The Blob, which, while it's taken seriously, there's a lot of goofy stuff in that movie. You could have done that. That came out the same year, by the way. And did better, I think. I don't know. But, yeah. So we start off with our boy David. He's in his room. His parents there to tuck him in good night. And his dad gives him a penny. Wonder if that'll come in handy later. So he's like, here, I got you. I got your penny. It's from 19... What? Did he say 53? Is that a nod to the original movie? And I'm like, no, there's no way that's going to play in later. It does. But yeah. He wants to be an astronaut, I guess. I don't know. There's a thunderstorm, which wakes him up, and he sees an alien spaceship land on what's called Copper Hill. When he tells his parents, they don't believe him, but the dad says he'll go check it out once day breaks. So he comes downstairs, dad's gone, dad walks in, and you can tell one of his slippers is missing, and he's acting very differently. And I'm like, really? You had Timothy Bottoms, known for playing George W. Bush in the 2000s, not just before that, but he could have done more. He was the dad on the 90s Land of the Lost show, which is how I know him. He's known to play goofy characters, is what I'm saying. And he could have done it here. Like, it's an alien. He's foreign. Have him do something different. Like I said, the goofiest thing they have them do is eat the raw hamburger meat. Right? I'm like, Lorraine Newman should be good as a goofy alien. I mean, she was a conehead on Saturday Night Live. And the most we get from her is later in the movie when she does that weird alien voice. But that's later. It's not even in the possessed version. It's the regular version. From the end of the movie, which I did not like the ending to this movie. The ending to this movie, I'm going, what? What happened? Because they don't, it's a rug pull. Yeah, and so he notices his dad has like a mark on the back of his neck. Right? So he goes to school, and he comes back, and his dad's not there. And his dad works with the military, I guess. They point that out, and their mom's concerned. And so they call the cops, and the cops show up to investigate. And then the cops go to investigate, and then the dad shows up with someone else. I don't know who this guy was, but was with him. And then the cops come back, and they're obviously possessed, and they go like this as they walk away. So yeah. And then as the movie progresses, he sees his teacher, Mrs. McCouch, is turned, and one of his classmates, and I think more than one of his classmates. I think the guy he said is the father of one of the kids at school, I guess. Yeah. So his only ally in this is the school nurse, which is actually played by the actor's real-life mother, Karen Black. Yeah, I didn't know that. So the actor who plays the kid is Hunter Carson. And I didn't know Karen Black was his mother. Rest in peace for her, by the way. Yeah, she was in a which one was she in? The Devil's Rejects or House of a Thousand Corpses? Which one was she? Was she the original or was she the replacement? Huh. Karen Black. She died in 2013, so I don't think. Oh, she was in House of a Thousand Corpses. So then why couldn't she come? When did she come back for the second one? Leslie Easterbrook was the mother here, but it doesn't say why she replaced her. I guess I could look at casting. Production. I don't know. It doesn't say. But, keep going. Alright. Yeah. So he tries to tell Linda, the nurse, what's going on. She doesn't believe him at first, but then, she goes, no. I do like how he has to see a neck mark. She doesn't have one. Like, let me see your neck. My neck shows him. She notices a change in Mrs. McKelch and his parents and starts to realize we might be telling the truth. Yeah. And, yeah. And we see these creatures. I like the creatures. And if you look at this, it's Stan Winston and so not only does it have Toby Hooper, Dan O'Bannon, right? This is produced by Golden Globus, distributed by Cannon Films, and produced by Cannon Films. The cinematographer is Daniel Pearl, who shot the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Hooper. Music is Christopher Young and David Storrs. Where is my... I said it earlier. Where did I see it? The elaborate creature visual effects were supplied by Stan Winston and John Dykstra. Yeah. And the effects... You see this big giant brain Martian thingy that controls everyone? It's disgusting, you know. I love it. And then other Martians that are there. And it does, you know, it does feel like, oh, this was Canon Films. We have a strict budget. So most of our Martians are going to be possessing humans so that our budget doesn't balloon. Because we only get like a small bit of Martians in here. Most of them are like possessing humans. It's kind of... And like I said, like, the goofiness from the regular Martians, they look goofy and all that. And like, but, like, the humans need to be more goofy, not just... Come with us, David. Like, no. No. So with nowhere else left to go, David decides to go to the military. where we meet General Clement Wilson, played by James Karen. Yep. Do you like this job? Like this job? Yes, he was from Return of the Living Dead, and he worked with Hooper on Poltergeist. If you believe Hooper directed it or Spielberg directed it. Who knows? I think they both directed parts at some point, but... So they try to tell him what's going on. Doesn't initially believe them. I think he's humoring them at first. But then, he brings in the two people, military people that George had turned earlier. And he confronts them, and they die before they can say anything. The other Martians kill them. Right? They're exposed. Yeah, there's a scene, he's like, I need to see your neck. My neck? Alright. Shows him. And then, like, they was like, okay. He's going to talk to him, and then goes, oh, I suppose you need to see mine, too. And I'm like, yeah, you were just going to start talking without asking the other dude if he was... What if he was one of them? So it turns out, somehow, maybe it's explained in the movie, but I missed it. I got home, I had a very hard work day. One of our people decided I have to fucking show up to work today, and we were left with less stuff. Dust mops. We only had one dust. When there's only two of us on a crew for the work day, we usually do the dust mops on the big floors at the two factories we clean at. Well, because our supervisor stupidly, I would say stupidly, told the people who bring the backup dust mops to stop because he thought we had enough, but we didn't have enough. So we only have one dust mop at each site because he thought that would be enough because we're supposed to have 3 fucking people and 2 sweep, 1 dust mop. But then our guy decided not to fucking show up, so we only had 1 dust mop, which means we couldn't do it the way we're supposed to, or we each take a dust mop. No. One of us had to take a broom and dustpan, the other one had to take a dust mop. And it's terrible, especially at the second plant. There's all this dust and shit. I was done. My shoulder hurts. Ow. My left shoulder hurts. So I'm just a little stressed out today. Okay? And so I got home and I relaxed. And I had the movie on, but I wasn't paying too close attention. So I missed how the Martians knew that they were going to send this thing, this rocket or whatever. The scientists concluded that the Martians interpreted the launch as an act of war and are invading Earth preemptively. Okay, but do they ever explain how the Martians were able to know before they even came to Earth that they were going to send that there? Yeah, no. So Wilson leads his troops against the aliens on Copper Hill. It sounds like a war thing. Prepare for the raid. David and Linda are captured by the Martians, which leads Wilson to launch a rescue mission. David tries to plead to the Martian leader, but it does no good. He escapes, and Linda is unconscious and is prepped for implantation, but David leaves Wilson and his army to the control room, where a battle then ensues. Yes, it does. Mrs. McKelch is eaten by one of the aliens. I don't know why, but she just is. Linda is rescued, and the invaders are forced to retreat. Human survivors plant charges to blow up the Martian ship as liftoff begins. David runs for home, but his parents show up and like, David! And he's like, it's obvious they're still possessed, and they run after him. And like, as the ship rises up and explodes, the parents are released, I guess. Everyone else just dies, but I guess they're released. And they try to protect him as a fireball hits, and then we have all this stuff going on, right? He's running. Linda's yelling for him. The fireball hits, and then it cuts to David waking in his bedroom. And I'm like, bullshit! You're not doing it. It's all a dream thing. It starts to go on a little bit too long, though. He's like, I had a dream. Martians took over your body. Let me see your neck. My neck. And then he looks at the dad's neck. He's like, oh, okay. The mom's like, well, why? She goes, no, you're okay, Mom. I'm like, really? Okay. She's like, maybe I am a Martian or something. She does the voice. I'm like, why couldn't she have talked like that the entire movie? Come on, she's known for being one of the goofiest actresses on Saturday Night Live. Her and Jane Curtin were great doing goofy voices. And you have her just be wooden the whole time. What's the point of hiring her then? And they say, oh, it's just a dream, and there's a storm's about to happen, and he goes to sleep. And, however, the same thing starts to happen again. Andy appears. He then runs to his parents' room, and we don't see any fucking thing. He just goes, ah! And the movie ends. And I go, no, what the fuck is that? What the fuck did he see? Something tells me that Tobe Hooper had a big ending, and Golden Globus went, nope, don't have the money for that. Just have him yell at nothing. I don't know that's how they talk, but that's what it sounds like. He had a big reveal, and they're like, no, we don't have enough money to do that. Just have him yell. And it doesn't... What does he see? At least show something, right? Show them being eaten by Martians, or show the Martians there. You have the Martian suits. Just show the Martians standing over them, killing them or some shit, right? And I hate the whole. Okay, what's worse? It was all a dream ending, or it was a dream. Psych, it's still gonna happen. Like he had a premonition, but then if it's a psych, it's still going to happen because it was a premonition thing. Then if he ran to his parents' room, it would have, just like the beginning, he runs to the parents' room and there's nothing. Like he shows them and there's nothing. I don't know. The ending is kind of stupid. I don't know if it was to set up a sequel. I don't know what that ending could set up, actually. I really don't know. It just had promise. Okay? This had promise, and you blew it. I'll give it a middle of the road, though, because it wasn't bad. I could see myself putting this on. You know, if I was to get the Blu-ray, put it on in the background or something. It could be something. I could put it into like an Alien Invaders type of marathon with this and none of the creeps. I almost said freaks. Night of the Creeps, Invasion of Body Snatchers. It'd be a good marathon for that, you know? Stuff like War of the Worlds or maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what that is supposed to, the ending is supposed to be at all. I just don't. So what are your thoughts on Invaders from Mars? Leave a comment below. You should like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.